Hey everybody, Rivers here. Says we're live. There we go. Get the camera on. So tonight, I want to talk about Homebrew versus Premade Adventures. Give you my take on it. Save or Die, saw you're out there waiting for me, so I am here. If you don't know Save or Die, go check him out. And check out Tabletop Dungeoneers. Kepler, how you doing? So tonight, I want to talk about Homebrew versus Premade Adventures or modules, whatever you want to call it. I saw a couple videos today on it, and I thought, well, I was gonna do a video response to the Blue Dragon Guild. There's another small channel. Check them out if you can. If I can afterwards, I'll put a link to their channel down below. But they talked about it, and it was a good chat. Overboard DM, how you doing, Cujo? And then I just saw today that on the 14th, AJ Pickett did a DM roundtable with 3 other guys on the subject, and they were talking about homebrewed adventures versus pre-made adventures. The pre-made adventures are, you know, the stuff you buy out of the books, the Icewind Dale, Candlekeep mysteries, stuff like that. And the homebrew stuff that comes from somebody else's mind. Your DM does all the work. And my thing is, I've never actually run a module or a pre-made adventure. I've played them, but I've never run them. Ron Davis, how you doing? Pre-made are good for starting DM. I agree with that. Although I never started with one. Like I said, I played one. My first game I ever played was actually Desert of Desolation back in first edition. And we played through that module, which is, I think it's for 8th to 12th level or something like that, 8 to 12, 13. And so I was first exposed to a module or pre-made adventure. But whenever I started DMing, it all came from my head to the table, and it was everything out of my mind. So, but I thought that it is a problem. The pre-made has, it's good for the fact that you don't have to do all the work, the legwork. It's right there in front of you. You might have to memorize some stuff and read ahead. But if you're doing a homebrew, it's all on you. You have to do all the legwork, get everything ready, all the prep time. And it takes hours of prep time to get it ready for an adventure. All right, Ron, have a good one. The pre-mades are nice because it's all right there in front of you, and you just have to go ahead and read ahead in the chapter, read the book a little bit, and it gives you a good storyline. It gives you something to go with, but it doesn't leave you a lot of room if the players want to do something else. They kind of have to stick with the storyline, and yeah, they're gonna meet the same NPCs whether or not they go a little off course or whatever. You're gonna kind of, I don't want to say railroad, but it's kind of railroading them into the storyline. Yeah. Overboard DM Cujo says homebrew can be good because you can wing it and you don't have to memorize anything. Sass says, I don't know if you do this, but I have pre-made NPCs of different levels and I use them when I need it. And I do too. I do that. I actually have a folder of NPCs, and whatever I need, I look through and see what level they are, and if they're close to the level and they're not quite high enough or too high, I'll go in and tweak them and bring them down or bring them up, and I'll use those. So it cuts down on my prep time. I wasn't ignoring you, Saber Die. I just, well, okay, yeah, I was ignoring you. Yeah, because he was bantering with Cujo about drawing stuff. So, so, but yeah, let me know in the comments section after this is done what you guys think about Premade Adventures versus the Homebrew Adventures, and what you like about them, what you dislike about them. Like I said, I've enjoyed Premade Adventures, but I've never run them. I've always done my own thing. But it is nice to, when you're not DMing, to sit down and either play through a module or play through a homebrew. I've done plenty of that too. On the game I'm in now in 5th edition is actually based off of Calamar, which is a 3rd edition book. So it's kind of a homebrew / pre-gen or pre-made adventure. There's no actual adventure, but the world setting is pre-made. So all the maps are there, everything's there, and I kind of cheat too. I use Mystara, which is from 1st edition. I have a couple big maps that I can look at and tell the characters or the players where their characters are on the map, and it helps out. I don't have to build the world, but I do change it because it had a couple books with it. Well, 3 or 4 or 5, half a dozen books that went with the world maps, and it covered everything that happened politically and everything historically in that world. I've changed it. I've done other things and changed it around to meet what I want to do. Yeah. Yeah, I don't do complete improvisation. I type up a summary of my ideas, and sometimes you have to improv because they take your plans and throw them right out the window, and that happened to me more than once. Cujo says he uses Premade Adventures, but improvise to make it your own. Yeah, I can see that. Plus, I don't need to memorize the story to a T. Yeah. And that's what I think a lot of people said, that they'll take the modules or the Premade Adventures and they'll use them as an outline and then kind of fill it in as they go. They'll change things up, tweak it to fit their own wants or needs. So, but I don't have a lot of people watching tonight. I'm hoping I get some people watching on the rerun. And like I said, throw your comments down below. And anybody out there live have anything to ask? Because I'm going to wrap it up. It's kind of late tonight. But yeah, give me a thumbs up if you like it, and As always, subscribe if you haven't already. And check out the Dungeoneers Discord group. Bunch of guys over there talking about all kinds of different RPGs and other things. So check it out. Overboard DM asks, what's your favorite setting to run? Mystara. Like I said, it's first edition, so most people don't know what it is anymore. Trying to think of the YouTube channel that does videos on it. Can't think of his name right now, but he does nothing but Mystara videos and talks about the political intrigue and the historical significance of different things. But I kind of think it's a mixture of everything, because I run it right now in 3.5. Yeah, but it's close to Greyhawk, or I don't know. It whatever 3.5 used as their main setting. I didn't use their world, whether it was Greyhawk or Forgotten Realms. I used all the character creations you could use for those two, and threw it out there. But it was its own world, and anything that was in the 3.5 books as far as races, abilities, stuff like that, except for psionics, was usable. Psionics is the only thing I don't use, because I always thought that was too much work. That's my excuse. So, but anyway, yeah, Forgotten Realms. Yeah, I think it was Forgotten Realms 3.5. The like I said, the whatever races they had the high elves, wood elves, stuff like that, and they all had different bonuses and minuses for their ability scores too, which I thought was really cool, and I kind of missed that from there. No, I don't want to use psionics. That's like extra magic, and it's the only reason I would use it is to use it with the Illithid, because they are psionic creatures and they are so mean when you get underground with them. So I wouldn't mind using it for that. But because I don't use it, what I do is I make their abilities into kind of like spells. It's spell-like abilities. So that's how I get away with that. But like I said, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm gonna get rolling out of here. Because it is getting late, and I don't have too many people watching, so I'm hoping you guys watch it on the rerun. And like I said, check out the other channels I mentioned. The Blue Dragon Guild. It's a good little channel. I like them. And check out the Dungeoneers Discord group. And the link for that is down below already, along with a bunch of channels that belong to the group. And go check them out. So thank y'all, and have a good game.